Dresses and hair and nails, that has very little to do with femininity, unless that's what makes you feel good. It's simply about how you feel about yourself and how you feel in your own body. Just being you. I'm Alice. Welcome back to my channel. Here we are all about elevating your life through practical change and mindset shifts. I am especially super interested in feminine energy and magnetism, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Of course, everybody has both masculine and feminine energies, but this is not really specific to gender. It's kind of similar to yin and yang, a sort of balance. Masculinity in the traditional sense is known as being more logical, action-oriented, structured, and directional, while feminine energy, on the other hand, is known as being more emotional, flowing, sensual, creative, and intuitive. Those are traditionally the traits that come more naturally to the corresponding individual, so it doesn't mean that feminine people can't have masculine traits and vice versa. It just is about what comes more naturally. Where masculine energy is more about pushing and going forward and going after things, feminine energy more is just about receiving. That's why it's so much easier for women to manifest and get whatever they want, because we kind of are just like a magnet just by being. We're the receivers. Where masculine energy does and are doers and are action, feminine energy just is. Things just come towards us. What could happen when a woman is too much in her masculine? It is more difficult to feel embodied. She may be super in her head, super anxious, super overthinking things. Especially happen when she is struggling, when she is in a scarcity mindset, when she is overworked. When we find ourselves in roles with men where we kind of have to take on more of those dominant traits that don't come as naturally to us, we have this superpower where we are able to trust our gut instincts, and we know when something is wrong intuitively. Our intuition is very strong. So it truly is a superpower to be able to tap into those emotions. And that can be very difficult in a patriarchal society where we are taught not to lean into our emotions. But it's simply because men don't operate that way, so they don't really understand. But for women, it's different. We can be able to rely on our emotions, on our feelings, on our instincts, and have that be the right thing for us to guide us, to lead us, to know what to do in certain situations. That's why we're so great at catching energy shifts and kind of reading the room. That's an amazing skill to have. When we are able to accept these parts of ourselves and embrace that feminine, that's when more and more things are going to start gravitating and coming towards us. It'll just be easier. Femininity allows you to move more freely and feel your emotions without shame. And going on back to how we are operating in a patriarchal society, we wonder why we struggle so much. How the workforce operates, it is more truly aligned for masculine traits. That's not a bad thing, but it is more easier for men to be successful because it operates specifically for them. Women, they can do it, of course they can do it, but it's a little bit more difficult because we have to kind of shift our energy in order to be put into a role that is not natural to us. Being receptive to all of the things that the universe has to offer is not about being passive, but it's about being open. This could be being open to allowing other people to help you, being open to love and not being scared and closing yourself off and building up those walls because you're scared of being hurt, but instead opening yourself up and allowing yourself to know that whatever is meant for you will come towards you. With love, there might be many times where you find yourself self-sabotaging because subconsciously you don't feel that you are worthy and ready for that sort of relationship, or that sort of thing just causes you discomfort. When you are in your feminine, you stop trying to prove yourself, you stop performing, and you stop trying to be somebody that you are not. It really is crazy to say, but us as women just don't have to try so hard. Okay, so how do we tap more into our feminine energy? It is especially hard to transition into this energy shift when we are struggling, when we feel that life is hard, when we're looking around us and thinking, this is not what I want, I do not want to be living here, this is not the reality that I want to be in, so how the heck am I supposed to be feminine when life is kind of not going the way I want it to go right now? Of course, it's easier said than done to pretend and say that everything is fine when everything in fact does not feel fine. It is possible for you to fix today, and You need to kind of let go and tether those feelings of the past. Forgive yourself for your past mistakes and the past things that you did or didn't do. You also can't see yourself as the victim. It is time to stop pointing fingers and blaming your mom or your dad or your family situation, or thinking, well, the reason why I'm like this today is because of the way I was raised, or the reason why I am the way I am is because of my ex and how he treated me. At some point, you need to stop giving other people so much power over you. Regardless of my past, I'm still doing the thing. I'm still going to accomplish all the things that I want to accomplish. If anything, I'm going to accomplish them even better. I forgive myself and truly mean it. Forgive all of those other people that did me wrong. All is well, and I know that things are going to be okay. Subconsciously, there may be a part of you that is comfortable with your default setting. You're comfortable with the life that you set up for yourself. So that's why you see a lot of people who keep returning to boyfriends who don't treat them right, or they keep going back to these relationships that they know are not good for them, but they can't seem to get out. They are stuck in this pattern. Your nervous system, when you get out, even if you're in a perfect relationship and you are with somebody who treats you so right, but you're used to relationships that are not like that, your nervous system is going to go crazy. It's going to be like, wait, no, this is wrong. Even though it's not wrong, it's going to lie to you, and it's going to tell you this is wrong because this is uncomfortable, this is different. And us as human beings, we don't like change. We don't like things that are different. So you kind of have to push past that stage and knowing that, no, I know this is right for me. I know these other situations are good for me. So calm down, it'll be okay. The hardest part is trying to get out of those patterns. You'll see a lot of situations where you're in a great relationship, but you might self-sabotage by starting a fight that didn't need to happen. Even with money too, you'd be really surprised. You might be thinking, well, I want to be rich, but subconsciously a part of you might have negative attitudes towards money. Okay, my camera died, so sorry if things look a bit different, but what was I saying? With work, it might be going really well, but then you'll find yourself showing up late or not trying as hard at your job. So the goal here is to try to get ourselves out of these uncomfortable situations that we keep finding ourselves in. Something you can do is to start putting yourself in uncomfortable situations until you are no longer uncomfortable. For example, surrounding yourself in the same frequency as like-minded people. If you want to be rich, then going to a nice restaurant. And if you can't afford it, then going during a happy hour and only getting one cocktail or one appetizer. Surrounding yourself by other people will start making you realize if they can do it, then I can do it too. If you are currently around people who are also in a pattern, in this mindset of not really trying to grow but stay where they are, you're going to start thinking that that's the only reality that exists, what is exactly in front of you, versus when you go and be around people who have money, who are successful, you'll be seeing what is possible. And there are many free activities you could do too. You could go on a hike or go on a walk in a really nice neighborhood, or you can go do your work or your homework in a nice hotel in the lobby. Especially learn how to regulate yourself and regulate your nervous system by putting yourself in these weird and different situations. Like there's been many times where I go to a restaurant, especially in the beginning, and I'm thinking, can people tell that I don't belong here? Like, can they tell that my outfit isn't as expensive, or that my bag is cheap, or is it the way that my makeup is done, or my hair, or my nails, or whatever? And it's like, probably, but not because of what I'm wearing or how I look, but because of what my energy is like. People can energetically tell when you feel uncomfortable. It's never about what you're wearing or how your hair is or how your makeup is. Dresses and hair and nails, that has very little to do with femininity, unless that's what makes you feel good. It's simply about how you feel about yourself and how you feel in your own body. Just being you. Being in your head is not feminine energy. If you are worrying so much about what other people think about you and how you're presenting yourself, then it's going to be false because you're not being authentic to who you are just yet. But by putting yourselves in those uncomfortable situations a little bit more, you're going to allow yourself to get out and just be, and that is your feminine energy, especially trying to get out of thinking so logical, of thinking, well, I know that I didn't buy this bag for that much, so they must know. To catch yourself, I would highly recommend looking at yourself in the mirror or doing your journaling exercises of calling out yourself and calling out those times where you said you were going to do one thing and then you didn't. For example, telling a guy, I am never going to talk to you again because of how you were treating me, and then all of a sudden that weekend at 2 a.m. you end up texting him. Or if you complain about money but yet you procrastinate on putting in those job applications and working on your resume, or you continuously making excuses saying that you don't have enough time, or telling yourself these lies that I'm not good enough to get a job somewhere else, or I'm not smart enough for school, saying this narrative that you made up. Who told you these things? And why do you say that those are facts? Why do you say that you are incapable of change and that you're not worthy? If you're continuously thinking, why do I keep attracting these men? Well, then why do you keep allowing them into your life? At some point, you can't keep blaming the men and blaming them as the bad guys and saying all men are this and all men are that. You're the one allowing them to talk to you. You're the one speaking to them. You're the one entertaining them. You are making that choice. You are making that decision. Because you can stop whenever you want. And really think this through. It is a part of you entertaining and allowing that bad behavior to happen. If it's constantly happening where bad things are happening to you, you have to be thinking, well, what's the common denominator? Am I putting myself in bad situations? And that's what's causing bad things to happen. To get back into your feminine, realize what you think you are not worthy of and realign yourself to move into being somebody who makes better decisions, better choices, better habits. Make the time for those extra 10 minutes to dress up and look really nice. Read the self-help books, watch the motivational videos, and listen to the motivational podcasts. Invest in the school, in the course, in the certification. Do the journaling exercise or take the time to say your affirmations. Use those little things as a way to say, I'm investing in myself and I'm investing in my future. You are not your past jobs and you are not your past mistakes. So again, remember to forgive yourself. I'm here now, I'm here today. What am I going to do about it moving forward? You can't keep blaming your past and saying that, well, the reason why I'm like this is because of this, so why bother trying? You have to acknowledge that, yes, this happened to me, and yes, it was hard and difficult and it shaped me into the person I am today, but also it doesn't define me. I'm not going to let it be my story anymore. I'm not going to give it that much power. Instead, I'm going to redirect that power towards myself. And when I say feminine energy too, it is more of like a symbol, so I don't want people to get too stuck on the whole gender thing. But anyways, yeah, you can change your life whenever you want. I am sending all of my love and all of my abundance towards you. As always, please take what resonates and leave the rest. Choose grace, move with intention, and elegance is a mindset. I will see you all in my next video. Please have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, everyone.